Hi, I'm Kristen, and today I'm going to show you a haul of fleece fabric remnants that I got, and then some quick and easy projects that you can make with them. And I've got a little assistant today to help me with the unboxing before we get to the projects. So if it gets a bit hectic, sorry. So you going to take the things out and show me what's in? Okay, so this, oh wait, let me tell them how much it cost first, sorry. So this was a 5 kilogram box from a company called Tianite Fabrics here in the UK. I'll link in the description if you are in the UK. If you're not, then you can always get fleece scraps, I'm sure, from other places in the States or from your sewing friends who use fleece for backing. So you can skip ahead in the timestamps if you just want to get to the projects. But anyway, so this cost £14.99, which I think in American might be 16, 18 bucks. And it's a lot of fabric. So let's see what's inside. Okay, go for it. What's the first piece? What is it?
Rainbows.
Rainbows. Great big piece of rainbow fabric. Now it does have a slight imperfection on it. I don't know if you can see it, that one, but most of it's pretty usable. And that's a big, so there's a few projects we can make with that.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, cool. There's a few projects we can make with this, but also if you have big pieces like this, you can sew them together to make fleece backings and stuff. I've done that before, and one or two seams in a backing is not too bulky for this kind of thing. Okay, so what's the next piece, darling? What you got? Space. Yeah, see, your brother already saw some of this in the box, and there's 2 pieces of this.
And there's another space.
There is. That's a smaller bit. There's 2 big bits of this. So I think his older brother's already decided this is going to go in the back of his next spacey quilt, whatever that's going to be. Right. So what's this one?
This one.
Now this is perfect for a little project, I think. I've got a few ideas for this. So you might see this one later in the video. Right. What else?
This is space, but this has stars.
Just has stars. Red stars. It's a pretty skinny piece.
Yeah.
That would be good to make into a scarf. It almost already is a scarf, isn't it?
Yeah.
Want to wear it?
No.
No. Okay. What else you got? What else you got in there? Show me.
Polar bears.
Polar bears. So that's a nice one.
Because I know that because that's like in Antarctica. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in Antarctica. I think, yeah, they might be the Arctic. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Polar bears. Cool. So it's a big gray, can you see that? Fleece with a polar bear and snow print. And it's a width of fabric strip here.
And I saw some brown snow behind. See?
Did you?
That is snow.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's the back of the fabric, but if you want to say it's snow, that's cool. What else we got?
It's snow. It's snow in backing.
Snow and backing. Okay, what else we got?
Cool dinosaur.
Cool dinosaurs. Yeah, that's another one that could easily be
Well, that's a scarf.
a scarf or a neck warmer, cowl thing. Yeah.
I really like.
You like that one? Should
Yeah.
we make you something with that?
Like a quilt.
Or a quilt? Yeah. Should we set this one aside for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next piece.
A winter one.
A winter one. And what's on this one? What's on this one? What can you see? Who's that?
Penguins.
Penguins.
And wearing a hat and a scarf.
Penguins wearing a hat and a scarf. Yeah.
With
a seam in it. Yeah. There's a seam.
and some crease.
Yeah. So this one has a bit of a seam in it, so you have to work sometimes if you're buying remnants with a few kind of imperfections, but it's okay.
Mommy.
Yep.
Next I'm going to do that one.
Go for it. I'm ready.
Sheep.
Sheep. Pink sheep.
Pink ink on the outside of it.
Yeah. So do
see
you
the backing?
do you think our friends are gonna get lots of gifts this Christmas with fleecy sheep and stuff?
The backing is this sheep again.
It's the same. It's just sheep again.
Yeah.
Great big
Yeah.
long. So most of these are with the fabric. There's a few smaller bits, but most of them are pretty long.
This one.
Right. What's this?
Owls.
And what else is on it?
Foxes.
Yeah.
And hedgehogs.
And hedgehogs. Yeah.
And birds on top of trees.
And birds on top of trees or mushrooms, are they? Looks like a mushroom to me.
No, it's a tree.
It's a tree. Okay.
And the top of the tree is kind of like a mushroom, a top of with a mushroom.
Okay. And what's that? Is that another piece the same?
Yeah.
Let's see. Another piece the same, just a bit skinnier.
And it's this like a scarf.
It could be like a scarf too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What else we got? Snowman.
Wearing a black top hat with a scarf on.
Yeah. Super
Yeah.
cool. What else?
A donut.
Donuts.
Donuts.
Okay.
Donut.
Donuts. Do we know anyone who likes donuts?
I like donuts.
You like donuts. Okay. Cool.
And sugary.
And sugary things.
Like cupcakes.
Yeah.
Sugary bars.
Yeah.
And cake.
And cake. What else is in the box? You pull it out?
This looks like, I think it is, I think it's,
Do you know what it's called?
I already know. I think it's, I know, shadows.
Shadows or camouflage?
Camouflage.
That's it. Yeah, you wear it when you want to hide from someone in the forest. Yeah. Foxes. Okay, cool. This is a fairly big piece, isn't it?
What are those dots?
I don't know. Could that be snow? Are they sleeping in the snow?
Yeah.
Great big piece. That one we could add to something else and put in a quilt back, eh? It's pretty big.
Another dinosaur.
Right, show me.
Dinosaur one.
Whoa.
There's
Bright dinosaurs.
wait.
What? 2 pieces of that. Cool. Very cool.
After you put them in the pile,
Yep.
we're going to do the next pile.
Okay, what's in that pile? Show me. What
Darkish
color is that? What color is it?
Darkish green.
Darkish green. Yes, it's darkish green. Yeah.
I know. This is the same color as a fox looks thing I wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a top with a tartan top with foxes? I don't know that you have that.
Yeah.
Great big piece.
With this pattern.
Okay.
With that
This is called plaid or tartan?
Purple.
Okay, purple. Yep. Coming thick and fast.
Purple.
All right, purple.
This looks like dark orange.
Dark orange, yeah, or rust.
Rust.
Yep. What else we got?
Some pinkies and some yellows.
Okay, pull it out. Just pull it out.
Pink. Woo. And then there came
Pink.
and then there was this and this.
Okay, we
This
got
one.
beige and
Indigo.
indigo. Okay, or lilac or purple. Yep.
Lilac.
Oh, there's some more pink. Yeah.
Pink.
More pink.
Yellow.
Yellow. That's bright yellow. Your brother would like that. That's up your brother's street, isn't it?
Look.
More beige.
More beige.
Oh my goodness, lots of beige.
More beige.
More beige. We can join all this beige, maybe. Woo.
Pink.
Ooh, bright pink.
White.
White.
A big white.
Is it big? Let's see how big it is. Let's pull it out. Can you help me hold it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
It's so big.
It's so big. What? More?
Blue.
Let me see that.
Blue.
Blue.
Blue and brown.
That's a little bit of gray. We do a little project with that. Yeah.
I might like this because
Yeah.
his 2 favorite colors is blue and yellow.
Yeah, your brother might like that. That's true.
Green. I like green.
Whoa, neon.
I like green.
I think that's neon yellow. Do you?
Yeah.
I think so.
Pink.
More pink.
Well, that's the color of pigs.
That's the color of pigs. Yeah.
Yeah, darker pink.
Okay, darker pink.
Darker pinks.
Darker pinks. What else? Is there still more?
Yellow.
Another yellow.
And it should be.
This one's more of a sweatshirty material. This is a bit different to the other fleece. This is more like a sweatshirt.
Look.
Yeah, and it's pretty big. And there's some more dark green. More beige. Is that the last piece?
Yeah.
We got an empty box?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you for your help. Can I get a hug?
Yes. And what are we going to do with them?
Well, we're gonna make some projects.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna make some quick projects with these and show you what I made and give you some instructions. There will be timestamps in the description if you want to skip to anything in particular. As well as the 4 quick fleece projects I'm about to show you, I'm also going to have a special bonus video later in the week for anyone who wants to see a little bit more what the reality of sewing with kids is like. I made a special soft toy at my son's request after that unboxing. So that's going to be a separate video later on. Super quick kids mittens. All you need to do is measure the shape of your kid's hand. I used a mitten for one kid and a piece of paper template for the other. I cut 2 pieces of fleece for each mitten, a little bit bigger than what the template, not that much, like a 1/4 inch. And then you just put them right sides together. You can have different colors on each side of the mitten or the same colors. I kind of did both. And then you just put each pair through the sewing machine. I used a little more than a 1/4 inch seam. Obviously you don't sew the wrist area, but otherwise it's just one long seam all the way along. Cut off a little bit of excess, turn them inside out, and you've got these cute little mittens. And I was so surprised that they actually fit really well, really snugly. And both the kids just said, oh, these are super warm. So they were really happy with them, and they took no time at all. This fleece doesn't fray. You don't need to finish off the bottom edges around the wrist either, which makes them super easy. Next up, simple neck warmers that you can make loads of sizes. You start with 2 pieces of fleece. They could be the same pattern or different patterns. I did both. In terms of what size to cut your pieces of fleece, for adults, I was doing roughly 25 to 30 inches long by 6 to 14 inches wide. The 14 makes it really like from your chin all the way down to your chest, but it's really nice. For kids, 20 to 25 inches and 5 to 10 inches wide is fine. I made a couple bigger. The 10 inches big for my kids because they liked how wide mine was. So for a minimum, you want to measure the widest part of the head of whoever you're giving it to make sure they can get it over their head. That's about that plus the seam allowance, which is about 1/2 inch, is about the minimum you can go. Put your pieces right side together and sew roughly 1/2 inch seam down either long end. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Turn your tube inside out and then fold it in half. So everything is right side out. Then you take it to the machine and you're trying to line up the seams and I start a little bit ahead of the side that I like best. So here, for example, I've got the dinosaur fabric and the green. So I'm anticipating the child's going to wear the dinosaur on the outside. So I've started my seam with a little back stitch just a little bit before the seam on the green. And then I am just joining up the right sides. And yes, I'm doing a little less than 1/2 inch because it's a little hard to maneuver at this point. So 1/4 inch, whatever, it's fine. And you can use pins if you want, but I never do. So I'm just lining up the edges, sewing the right sides together of the prettiest side of the fabric until I get to the other seam. And then I'm just going to go a little bit beyond that again, and I'll explain that in a second when you see the next bit. So have a think about which fabric you think will be on the outside. It's still reversible. You can still wear it both ways. And obviously if you're sewing with the same fabric on both sides, it doesn't matter. Just start anywhere. But basically the reason I do this is because next we're going to turn in the raw edges on the other side and just sew it on the machine. And it does create a kind of raised bump. It doesn't look that bad. It's just like the back or something of your neck warmer. But if you don't want to see that, then you can pop it on the inside if it's not on the prettiest fabric, if you get what I mean. Also, obviously, you could avoid that by just hand sewing it shut, but I'm not going to do that. So anyway, so you get to this point and you want to push the pretty fabric away so it doesn't get caught in your next seam and fold in the raw edges. But you don't have to start all the way up at the corner because you sewed a little bit further than the seam edge there. So you just start a little bit beyond where you've already sewed. So like a little bit before where you've already sewed, just to reinforce it, sorry. And then sew as close as you can, making sure you're catching both sides of the neck warmer so that you're closing up that turning gap essentially. And then that's it. Then you're just trimming threads and you're done. Turn it the other way around and hide the little seam on the other side. I found these really quick and easy to make, really satisfying. And I've just been wearing cowls around the around the house for the last few days. And I made mine, as I said, super wide so that they really are kind of thick and warm and chunky. And you could also make them, if you didn't want to make them quite, if you didn't have a piece that was quite that wide, if you're working with remnants, you could also cut it like double the length so that you could wind around your neck twice, you know. So the longer you make it, the less tight it's going to be on the neck. Anyway, so that's the neck warmers. I made loads, as I said. This one's for my oldest son. And then my youngest son, although he said he wanted dinosaurs, changed his mind to rainbows. But I've made a bunch as gifts for Christmas as well. So I'm calling this next project fingerless mittens. They could be wrist warmers. Anyway, for a large lady's hand, cut one piece of fleece per hand, 14 inches by 10 inches. Fold each piece right sides together so the short ends meet. If your fleece seems to have a right side, can't always tell. Sew those short ends together with a kind of generous 1/4 inch seam or thereabouts. Don't stress about it. Then turn it right side out. Fold those two pieces in half so that your raw edges are meeting, and then take it to the sewing machine. Start sewing, but then you want to stop at about the 2 inch mark, or you can kind of hold your hand up to see where you want your thumb to stick out, essentially. So you're basically going to sew where the dotted lines are in this picture. Where the yellow lines are, which is either side of the thumb, you're going to backstitch and reinforce 2 or 3 times because you're going to be sticking your thumb in and out of their loads. And where the pink arrows are, you can just backstitch the one, so it's fine. A 2 inch gap is pretty sufficient there for most thumbs, but if you feel like you need more, you can make that gap as small or as large as you like. You will have raw edges where that thumb hole is, but fleece, as I said, doesn't fray, so it's not a big deal. Turn your fingerless mitten inside out, stick your hand and your thumb through, and you're done. These are really warm and nice and cozy. This last project is a variation on the stroller quilt that I made in a previous video, which I'll link to in the description. But basically, I pieced the remnants into 2 panels and added some Velcro straps as a wheelchair quilt for a child that I know. So I pieced the fleece panels to 25 inches by 21 inches. Obviously, if you're making it for an adult, you'd size that up. In order to make it easy to attach to either a wheelchair or a stroller, I've added some Velcro straps to the top. The Velcro straps I used have a little eyelet, not sure exactly what it's called, at the end. So I fed some webbing through and then stitched it down on the right side of the front of the blanket, backstitching a couple of times, about 2 inches down from the top. You do that on both sides, then tuck the straps in, put the back of the blanket on top, right sides together, stitch on the 3 sides, leaving the bottom open for turning, and you basically close it the same way we closed the cowls. In retrospect, if I was doing this again, I might leave a smaller turning gap. Probably didn't need to leave the whole bottom of the blanket, but if it bothers me tomorrow, I'll go back and change that. There's so many other things you could make with fleece remnants, but I couldn't fit them all into this video. I've also got another fleece hearts cushion project, which is in my 12 Stashbusters video, which I'll link to below. And I've still got loads of fleece left, so do let me know your ideas for using fleece remnants as well in the comments. Hope you enjoyed those projects and seeing the fleece unboxing. If you like videos like this, then please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Bye!